All right, let's just jump right in. I know, it feels like 5G just got here, right? But believe it or not, the tech world is already deep into designing its successor, 6G. And here's the kicker. This time, they're doing something totally different. They're building security in from the absolute ground floor, right from day one. That's a huge deal. I mean, look, 5G is everywhere right now. If you've got a new phone, you're probably on it. It's rolling out globally, bringing all that super fast speed we were promised. This is where we are today. It's the current cutting edge. But you know how it is. Tech doesn't sleep. So the real question, the one we're tackling today, is what's next? What does the world look like in the 2030s? And maybe the most important question of all, when literally everything is connected, how on earth do we keep it all safe? And let's be fair, 5G security was a massive step up from what we had before, no question. But for 6G, we're not just talking about another upgrade. This isn't an evolution, it's a revolution. It's about tearing up the old playbook and completely rethinking security from scratch. So to really get why this is such a big deal, you first have to picture the world 6G is being built for. The scale is just mind-boggling. And the old ways of doing things, they just won't cut it. Seriously, think about it. We're not just talking about your phone and your laptop anymore. We're talking about everything. Entire smart cities humming along, fleets of autonomous cars, things that sound like science fiction, like a surgeon performing an operation from the other side of the country. That's the 6G world, a world where AI is baked into the network and where your connection can seamlessly jump from a cell tower to a satellite in orbit. And that creates a massive problem. You see, every single one of those connected devices, every smart streetlight, every self-driving car, every tiny sensor is a potential door for a hacker to walk through. We call this the attack surface. And in the 6G world, that surface isn't just bigger, it's expanding into something astronomically huge. So the billion-dollar question is, how do you defend something with that many doors and windows? Well, you start by throwing out the old security playbook. Which brings us to a core idea for 6G security, the Zero Trust Mandate. The core idea is actually super simple, but it's a game changer. Think of old network security like a castle with a moat. Once you were inside the walls, you were considered safe and could pretty much roam free. Zero Trust gets rid of that idea completely. The new rule is trust no one, ever. It doesn't matter if you're inside or outside the network, you have to prove who you are every single time you try to do anything. So what does that actually look like? Well, think of it like a high-security building. It's not enough to just show your ID at the front lobby. Nope. With Zero Trust, you have to swipe your access card and get your identity checked for every single door you walk through. It's this constant loop. A device asks for access, it gets verified, it's given the absolute minimum permission it needs to do its one specific job, and then the whole process starts over again for the next thing it wants to do. It never stops. Okay, so Zero Trust is the foundation. But on top of that, 6G designers are staring down two massive, future-defining challenges. We're talking about AI and the looming era of quantum computing. Now, first up, AI is going to be our best friend in this fight. Think of it like a security co-pilot for the entire network, one that never sleeps. It can sift through mountains of data in a split second, spotting weird patterns that no human would ever catch, predicting attacks before they even launch, and slamming the doors shut way faster than we ever could. But, and this is a big but, AI is a double-edged sword. Because the same incredible intelligence we can use to defend the network, attackers can use it to create brand new, terrifyingly sophisticated attacks. This isn't your standard malware anymore. We're talking about things like model poisoning, which is basically corrupting the AI's brain by secretly feeding it bad data, so it can't tell friend from foe. Or you have adversarial attacks, which are just wild. It's like tricking the AI by changing just a few pixels on an image, making it see something that isn't there. It means that securing 6G also means we have to secure the AI that's protecting it. And if that wasn't enough, we've got the quantum problem. This is the big one. Put simply, the encryption we all rely on today, the stuff that keeps everything on 5G safe, could one day be completely useless. A powerful enough quantum computer could just break it, like it's not even there. So what's the solution? You have to invent a whole new kind of lock. We're moving away from our current encryption to something called post-quantum cryptography, or PQC. Here's the easiest way to think about it. Our current digital locks are based on math problems that are super hard for today's computers, but would be a piece of cake for a future quantum computer.
PQC is based on a totally different type of math problem that we're pretty sure is crazy hard for any kind of computer to solve, quantum or not.
So we have zero trust, we have AI, we have quantum proofing. But the 6G security plan also has to go to places it's never gone before. We're talking about brand new physical frontiers. For instance, our ground networks and satellite networks are going to be merged into one big system. That sounds cool, but it's a security nightmare. How do you securely pass the secret keys for encryption between a station on the ground and a satellite zipping around the planet at thousands of miles per hour? It's a really tough problem. Then there's the radio waves themselves. 6G is going to use these new super high frequency bands called terahertz. The upside? The signal is like a laser beam, which makes it really hard for someone to intercept. The downside? It creates opportunities for new kinds of physical attacks, things we just haven't had to deal with before. And finally, there's the edge. You see, more and more computing is happening right where the action is, on the device itself or a server nearby. That's great for speed, but it means our security has to move to the edge too. We need security that can make smart decisions right there on the spot, without having to phone home to a central headquarters for permission every single time. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. When you add all this up, the zero trust, the AI, the quantum proofing, securing space, and the edge, what you're really looking at is a complete change in how we even think about security. I mean, you can really see the progression, right? The early days had super basic security. 4G got way more sophisticated. 5G really put a huge focus on our privacy. But 6G? The vision for 6G is to take all those lessons and combine them into one cohesive whole. A network that is zero trust from the start, defended by AI, and ready for a quantum future. And if there's one thing you take away from all this, it should be this. 6G security is designed to be proactive, not reactive. For so long, cybersecurity has been a game of whack-a-mole. A hacker finds a hole, we patch the hole. The whole point of 6G is to flip that script, to build a network that's designed, from its very DNA, to stop attacks before they happen. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about faster downloads or cooler gadgets. It's about building the foundation for the next 30 years of our lives. It's about creating a network we can trust with our critical infrastructure, our cities, our cars, our health. A foundation for a future that's going to be more connected and more autonomous than we can even imagine. Look, the vision here is incredibly ambitious, and the challenges are just huge. But all this work being done today on 6G security, it really boils down to one simple, crucial question. Are we doing the hard work now to build a future that we can actually truly trust?